Because I think I'm like plateauing.
It's not necessarily the amount of food, it's what you're adding in. Pairing those fats with the starches, that's where it's this mechanism that just bypasses hunger. Starches.
Oh.
Why is this so close? Oh my gosh, there you go, we're in business. I'm about to go do an AN meetup where I'm going to be boxing with some AENpeeps over at Beastie. So I'm also going to be answering some questions at the end. So I told my AENpeeps to come with their questions that they have on nutrition. I'm gonna be answering anything they want. So let's go see what questions they have and get some boxing in. Workout at Beastie.
Katrina.
No, I'm saying do you like it?
Oh! P.S. Disclaimer. I'm very awkward when I'm filmed.
Okay, so we have some questions. Nutrition questions.
And we get to ask them in person.
Yeah. Give it to me. What do you got? Feed them. Nutritionist.
I have something to feed you. So really for our keto coffees, are there things that we can add in to add flavor without breaking our fast, such as cinnamon, nutmeg, and if so, how much before it's too much?
So the biggest thing you want to look for is it's below a gram of carbohydrates. So once you get to that gram, it's like an iffy situation where it could break your fast. So I believe it's at a half teaspoon is when it gets to a gram of carbohydrates. So about an eighth is just safe.
Okay.
Same thing with nutmeg. Most types of seasonings, if you just keep it to that lower level, which you don't need a lot anyway when you're adding flavor. Which, have you made the keto chai latte?
Yeah, that's what she based it off of.
Yeah, I had it twice this week, and I was like, there's an eighth of nutmeg, eighth of clove, something else of cinnamon. So
like cardamom.
Combine the eighth of cardamom. So combining those, if it reaches like a teaspoon, is that going to be too much?
I get no. Yeah, that's actually a really good question. No, if you stick to an eighth of each one, it's still pretty low anyway. But if you were to go a half teaspoon or a teaspoon of each one, then it'd be a little iffy. It's still fairly low. It's not like you're adding in sugar, you know, but it's still just to be on the safe side.
What about cacao powder to give it a little bit of a chocolatey flavor?
That's where it can get extra iffy.
She made it this morning, and I was
I did.
It's so good.
Cacao?
It's like hot chocolate.
I did a teaspoon of cacao, and I'm like, I should ask about this, and that's
really
how
good.
it became one of my questions.
I'm not exactly. A teaspoon's definitely going over. I'd have to look. That's something where again, the lower the better. But I'd have to check if it's that gram. The 1 gram is what you want to look for.
Okay, but that ties into my question, I think, too. So, with eating until you're satiated.
Yeah.
Because that's a very new thing for me, coming from eating 3 meals and 2 snacks.
Right.
I was always used to kind of being a little hungry.
Slightly hungry all the
time.
Right.
So I think I've done the opposite now, where I've kind of gone a little overboard. So I'm I only get 3 meals. I'm gonna eat till I'm
Why do you
full.
think that? Why do you think you're going overboard?
Because I think I'm plateauing, with progress.
Oh. Okay.
And I was I'm not, because I think that I was in better shape, even with pictures, because I don't go off of weight, because I know the scale muscle weighs more, but just with pictures, I've been I think I took this a little overboard, so I want to make sure I'm eating until satiated and not pushing it and
So I remember when I posted that smoothies mistakes. That you said that you were making some of the smoothies mistakes. It's not necessarily the amount of food, it's what you're adding in. So I actually have a couple of videos coming out on this soon.
Granola.
Yeah, so when you pair carbohydrates, especially dense carbohydrates, with fat, that's where a problem happens. Because your body will preferentially use the carbohydrates first, which means that fat is going to be stored. So if you have in your smoothie where you're adding granola or a bunch of fruit, if you have a smoothie bowl and you're adding a couple cups or something worth of fruit to the smoothie, then that's going to be a lot of carbohydrates to the fat ratio. And that's more so what you want to look out for, especially with the nutrient timing, As long as you're following that nutrient timing, but not including in those starchy carbs with the fats, that's where I see a lot of extra progress that people don't realize that they can actually tinker with.
So just being careful with breaking your fast and the carbs.
Right. So keeping those, you still want those. Like that's not something you want to get rid of. Not pairing them together. So even at dinner, so taking a look at your dinner, are you adding in, fats are great, but we also don't want to make sure that they're combined with those starches.
Oh.
Because I do like half an avocado with like sweet potato.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
This isn't like keto, where you're having all fat all day.
And I have had so many people be like, oh, it's keto.
Are you doing
and I'm
keto?
like, no, it's not.
I know,
no.
yeah, exactly.
I'm eating sweet potatoes all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you just want to make sure those fats and carbs aren't paired together, or at least like dense carbs aren't paired with, a lot of fat.
I'm thinking about like the warming roasted detox. With like the lentil, the turmeric lentils and the sweet potato.
Yeah.
That has like a half of a sweet potato and
that was my go-to.
Half of an avocado. Same. I ate it like 10 days ago.
That's still about in that 1 to 2 fats ratio. It's about a half avocado is about a serving, and then you have like the oil that you use to cook it in. So that's still in that ratio. It's when you start adding on even more things. So like adding on drizzle, or olives or whatever. When you start adding those on as well, that's when it starts to tip the scale, where you want to make sure that fat is at the lower end at dinner time. And then not that you want high starch at dinner, you just you want to incorporate.
You want some, and that's probably what I've been doing, because I've been like, I can have a huge sweet potato now, and it would start out as like a small half, and then slowly creep to like a big half.
The area that's good to tinker with are those non-starchy carbohydrates. So if you feel like you're hungry, load up on those at any meal.
Can you give some examples of non-starchy carbohydrates?
Pretty much anything that's not squash or sweet potatoes or beans.
So like broccoli, like vegetables.
Any
Brussels sprouts.
I was about to give you a list of vegetables. Like you don't know.
So vegetables.
So yeah, like anything that you would imagine that's just not like a potato, or the things that get a little iffy, where if you are looking for more honing in on specifically weight loss, are things like carrots and even zucchini. They're kind of like borderline. So if you're looking for more of like decreasing body fat percentage, even keeping those toward dinner time. But if you're looking for maintenance, that's totally fine. They're not super starchy the way that like potatoes or beans are.
There's this garlic dip that I just discovered. That's
oh my god,
incredible! Majestic garlic dip.
Oh, I thought it was bitchin' sauce.
Well,
that's
also my favorite.
Love that one.
But I eat it with carrots, so like it would be better to eat that like in the evening with carrots rather than like earlier.
What's in the garlic?
Garlic, olive oil. It's like literally like
right
garlic.
Are you looking to continue to decrease body fat percentage? Yeah. My other thing on that is that, are you snacking on it, or is it part of a meal?
I'll eat it like while I'm making dinner.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the one other area especially for decreasing body fat percentage, really making sure you don't even have like the snacks portion. As much as you can keep it to where you're sitting and having a meal rather than, snacking. That's where you're just prolonging the I'm not really full portion, but you're still eating. So it's not you're not eating until satiated. Does that make sense?
So like not having it as a snack in between like lunch and dinner.
Right,
but
like having having it with your food rather than snacking on it while you're cooking.
Okay, so I think for me, I just need to balance the like fat and the carbs a little more.
Right, yeah, and just making sure you're noticing that teeter-totter. Once you're at like where you want to be, that's when you can start reincorporating some of it, just not again going overboard.
And that's what I did, because I like got to where I wanted to be. I did the like detox and all of that, and then I was like, sweet. And I like maintained for a little bit, and then I was like slowly making things bigger.
Well, like,
and then July hit, and it was like parties and
when like it's like have like I don't know, I'm just like a fourth cup of guacamole. I'm like, I'll just make guacamole with like a few avocados and have all of the guacamole.
Right. Yeah. And even if you did do that, you could still have the high amount of fat if it is in that first, second meal, if you're just not pairing it with those starches. Yeah.
The nutrient timing like sheet that you came out with is awesome. That helped a lot, because that made it more clear for me.
And it's like once you have that rhythm, it's like you feel better, first of all, because you don't have those like energy crashes, but it's also just pretty easy to maintain, because now you're also satiated by having those fats not paired with those starches. So that's when it can really bypass the hunger, is even if you're eating enough and you're pairing those fats with the starches, that's where it's this mechanism that just bypasses hunger. And that's why fast food is so addictive, because it pairs these starches with the fats.
Oh, got it,
And then they just like dump salt.
Exactly.
There's salt.
So when I very first started intermittent fasting, I feel like my energy like went up, but slowly that kind of went away. And like the last couple weeks, I've been like exhausted. I feel like this week I've been so tired, and I'm like, how can I like get my energy back up? Like how it
You know, one sneaky thing that's actually really useful for energy, if you're doing everything else, you know, the proper nutrient timing, not pairing the fats and the starches, one thing that is really useful for just resetting your caffeine tolerance is doing like a 3 or 4 day, just either swapping in decaf coffee or just not having coffee.
Okay.
So that's something I do about once a month, is just add in this, you know, like just 3 days without coffee, or having the decaf version.
Yeah. Decaf purity.
Exactly. I actually have decaf purity for that reason. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I just signed up for a subscription, by the way. I thought you guys would.
Oh my gosh.
We joined the cult.
It's the best, isn't it?
3 bags.
It really is. It really is
and
good.
Again, straight to my door. So I'm vegetarian, and I rely on like beans a lot, but I know those are like higher in carbs.
Right.
And so are there any like vegetarian, I mean, I know like from the Level Up, there's like the page of vegetarian proteins. Which like veggie proteins maybe should I be like leaning towards to be, so I'm not getting like all of the starchy carbs every
eggs?
meal? I do eat eggs.
Eggs is a really good option. It's actually the most bioavailable form of protein, even more so than any other meat products.
Oh, okay.
So eggs are really, really great and inexpensive source of protein.
And I like it.
So that's something that you could actually have, like let's say if you have a smoothie at your breakfast, and then you have eggs as the protein source of your second meal, that would be a good way to do that.
Previously, I've done like lemon ginger water with a little bit of cayenne as a way to kind of just detox daily and sip on that. And I remember we talked about how like the lemon juice could possibly spike your insulin.
Yeah.
Is there a big benefit to lemon ginger water? Or if I'm doing the ACV sipper, is that like the same benefit?
So the ACV sipper, the reason why that one is really beneficial is because of the apple cider in general. That's helping to stabilize the blood glucose levels of your next meal. So it's not necessarily like detoxifying. You're actually getting more detox benefits from just not eating, you know, for a portion of time. So it's not like throwing in the lemon ginger is going to help that any further. The body is naturally detoxing all the time. So you notice with the detox protocol, it's really just focusing on, let's remove all that junk that's blocking your detox pathway so it can do the job. So if you want to include it, fine, but it's not like the thing that's going to make you detox faster, if that makes sense.
So if it's like an additional thing that I'm doing and I don't really...
You enjoy it. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I do like it.
Yeah.
But other times, like, sometimes I feel like obligated.
Right,
obligated to do it. I'm like, oh, I need to have my lemon ginger water. And then, like, my ACV sipper, and then I have breakfast. So I was like, is it even worth it?
Yeah, if you're feeling stressed over it, don't do it. But if it's something where it's like a ritual and you like it, then keep doing it. Yeah. Thank you guys. I'm sweaty. Sorry. Thank you so
I'm
much
just
for coming.
as sweaty.
Thank you. Yeah, that was so much fun.
I know, I'm glad we got to meet you in person.
I know.
That was fun.
Woo. So that was awesome, epic. Thank you to Katrina and Brittnee for being on my video and for coming to the event and for working out with me, and Cedric for leading the workout. If you guys want to check out a workout that I actually did with Cedric, it's a 30-minute total body workout. You can check it out right here. And if you're new to my channel and you love the science-backed information on how you can feel amazing again, make sure you subscribe right here. Come out with new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video.